taking notes on the thing until like it was too late. And I was like, whatever, I'll just look at the PlayStation blog.
Wait, you took notes
or the tweet? Well, I was like, I had like every time there's like one of those, I have like a Word file open and I'm like typing, so I can like know what was like in order of like what was announced and whatever. But I was like, I didn't even like notice until I was like at the part when they showed Bastion on Vina or whatever, and I was like, I'm not taking notes. And I was like, whatever. I was just so like enamored and like just like just zoned into what was happening.
It was pretty awesome.
This was like a gajillion times better than the E3, so it's just like announcement after announcement after announcement. It was like gameplay, like FCG trailers.
I'm gonna go trade my PS4 now. Oh,
I think it was different because at E3 they're not just speaking to fans; they're speaking to the industry also. So they have to do certain things that are kind of like boring, like powers. I mean, not that that's boring necessarily, but it's just like it feels weird because we're there for like we're fans. We're there for the games, and they have to talk about their TV thing, and then they had to talk about how many they've sold and like price points and like new accessories and things like that. And so it's like not necessarily the most interesting stuff. But then here it was,
because like E3's kind of like, I guess, businessy when you think about it, though. It's not.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, this is for the fans, and so for the fans, like, the Uncharted 4 demo was quite long.
That was awesome.
Quite long.
That was awesome.
Oh, I must have missed that, because I think I came in like too late.
Because it started off, and it seemed like
going on for a while.
It looks really nice, and then it was like, oh, now there's like the new stuff, and
yeah, it's so cool. It's like a normal demo of like what you would usually get, and like it kept going.
Yeah,
like, this is awesome. And then like he even like died and like had to like start from a checkpoint. It's like, whatever, I don't care, just keep playing. That's awesome.
That's really funny. But yeah,
usually if that would happen, it'd be like, oh, in a demo, back to the speech, back to the stage,
basically. But this was just like, it was like Uncharted 4 is a real, like, true sequel, I guess. It's basically everything that Uncharted is known for, but, like, more and better. Like,
yeah, that's
just, like, more stuff like, on it, yeah.
Like, the foliage, I was like,
oh, dear.
It made me just pining for Metal Gear 5 now. Just like, you're not kidding. Like, you're right there, and the dude doesn't know. It's like, just feels so good.
It also felt like they, maybe are trying to address that thing about Drake being likable but also killing tons of people, whereas like you didn't have to kill everyone. In the end he just like escapes, and it's like, that's true. Like Uncharted 1, I don't remember if 2 had it, but like 1 definitely had parts where it's like you have to stay in this area until you kill everybody and then you can move on. And I'm wondering if that's not gonna be one of the things that they do anymore in Uncharted 4.
Yeah, I missed the entire demo, so I don't know.
It was quite exciting.
I've also only played the second one, so there's that too.
Oh my god.
All right, so wait, did you have an awesome stream? Because my stream was terrible. So graphics wise, I can't really talk about it.
I watched it on Twitch.
Yeah, I watched it on Twitch.
It looked fine.
I watched it on PS4. Yeah, looks awesome.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was like the Batman part. It was like, well, I know there's a lot of animations going on because all I see are the blocks.
Yeah, I don't know, that Batman demo, it's like, all the cinematic cuts and bullshit, like, just show the game. It's like,
what if that was the game?
It was the game, but it's like they're cutting in really close to his, like, punching and...
It's edited in like a form so it can be like a continuation of the past 2 trailers as opposed to being just like what Uncharted was, like a straight up demo of the game that you'll be playing.
I didn't like it.
I thought it was fine. I mean, I still don't like Batman because it's Batman, but I mean, I've always liked his villains, so that's probably the only reason why I ever played the Batman game. So
it still looks really good. I think though the E3 video at the PlayStation conference is still like the best that they've shown of it. Like that was the coolest video that we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just play the games. Like let it speak for itself. It's like you don't have to do all this like focus on the cinematic whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like cinematics. It's I like the added flair. But
So yeah, since Tekken wasn't taking notes, I guess we won't go through everything.
Well, I'm on their Twitter feed, so they basically tweeted everything anyway. So
okay. So we want to do the usual format onto the next thing. Let's do it then.
I mean, the next thing was MLB 14, or 15. So nothing to say there.
It's new.
Well, I guess you can import your stuff, your career mode from the previous game, which is interesting.
Yeah, but we already knew that. Like last year, they said that this is the first year where next year you will get the benefit from this thing. And so, yeah, that's happening. Officially licensed gear is, I guess, a big deal for the sports fans, maybe? Who knows?
And then Killstrain, but they didn't show any gameplay. It was just like description of what it will be, so top-down free-to-play.
Yeah.
So I wasn't imagining that then, because when I came in and I saw it, I was like, did they show something for it, or is this just like a logo and stuff going on here? So.
I kind of think it's going to be... Well, so the interesting thing
actually, the concept was like 5v2v5. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, that was the setup for Arkham Origins multiplayer. And then something about enemies will become allies really quickly, and it's supposed to be like a top-down action game. Also coming from Sony San Diego, so that's interesting. Like, they've only been doing MLB for many years now, and they've been doing it on a lot of platforms recently.
Yeah, they had to do it across all the platforms like every year.
But now,
I guess not every year, because they had Vita, PS3, PS4. Or I don't know. I guess I just heard him wrong when he said it. It seemed like there was like a lot when he said it. I was like, oh man, that's a lot.
But yeah, somehow they have more people, other teams that can do other stuff. It's crazy.
They're just like a lot of Sony studios in California. Is that like a thing for them?
Very much.
And then Bloodborne looks good.
Oh my gosh, does it ever?
And it's co-op, so I was like, maybe I'll pick it up and play the RPG.
Is it like public co-op or like friend co-op?
That is a good question. I don't think
it did say... Yeah, he said something that implied that you could matchmake with friends. Unlike Demon Souls, right? Like Demon Souls, you couldn't really team up.
Yeah. You couldn't
like
team
that.
up with any of the Souls games. Not that one. But I mean,
you could sort of.
It's a lot of work to.
It's
easier. You're just better off just teaming up with strangers. But it was still fun though, even without. Doing with fun stuff. But
I guess
I like the idea of like the more aggressive style of play as opposed to the Soul series more defensive style. You're kind of just like waiting for things to come at you and you're like all shielded up and everything, but with this you don't have shields and stuff, so you have to fight back. So
please don't let me die.
I'm excited. They also had a whip, which is weird because that's usually like a joke weapon in the series. So
Anybody else have anything to say on Bloodborne?
I'm buying it.
So I think like the most we've seen is 3 players together.
Yeah, the Awards I think had a thing like that.
Yeah, because you walk by 2 other guys who did not immediately attack them.
Yeah, I got taken out on the boss.
Yep. That was a good video too.
Yes, it was.
Did we know about the procedural generation part?
I don't think we did
about that.
That's pretty cool.
That was newly announced.
So it is going to be really... Because like Demon Souls, sort of the premise of that game was like, you die a lot, but then you learn from dying because stuff is more or less always the same. So like the blood notes on the ground where people hopefully are friendly and are saying like, oh, if you go over here, you're going to get killed by something. And it wasn't very specific. And in this one, since it's procedurally generated, it feels like maybe the sense of the game is supposed to be more based on like the reflexes, maybe?
We said something about like it'll be up to like how you play as a player or something. So I guess like you have your style of play, but then the game is always different. So you're always adapting to new situations.
So yeah. Well, maybe not reflexes, but like more adaptability. It's not just like, oh, okay, I died like this time on this place, so I should not do that again.
Yeah.
It usually doesn't work out that way, though. You still end up dying.
Demon's Souls? Well, right.
Yeah.
But this one, yeah, it feels like, oh, you can't really learn it that way. It's more of a on-the-fly type thing. Neat.
And then it was interesting because they brought out, oh, no, they didn't bring him out yet, but they showed Ultra Street Fighter 4 coming to PS4. I guess debuting exclusively on PS4 this spring. So that was interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a different game when they came up at first.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Ultra Street Fighter 4 is a thing?
He was like, oh, you guys thought I was going to talk about a different game?
It's like, you knew full well they did. What the hell?
And then they showed something really cool, because I didn't know that, because like, got me excited, because it was Killing Floor 2, and that's cool to me, because, like, there hasn't been, like, any, well, I guess, like, there's Call of Duty Zombies, but Call of Duty, so, like, there's no, like, really no co-op, zombie stuff like, Left 4 Dead, like,
yeah,
legit.
True.
So I was like, yeah, you can finally play some Left 4 Dead style game that's in first person.
You're welcome.
I've only briefly played the first one on PC, and it seems kind of hard. Is that?
It is hard.
Played it? Okay.
It's hard to get in games though, because it's weird, like lobby setup. But I'm hoping on PS4 it'll be easier. So we'll see.
I haven't played them, so I don't know.
Oh, and then they showed Darkest Dungeon. That was cool. Because I was interested in that game. So I'm like, yay, I don't have to worry about it on my PC. Like every PC game they showed, I was like, oh, I don't have that yet. I'm like, oh, yeah, just get on PS4, yay.
Yeah.
Share button, yes.
It's just more convenient, too, I think. Yeah. I mean, despite my hard drive worries or woes, the PS4 is just more convenient to play games on. Oh, actually, so I want to ask quickly, Gamer, you got the 2 terabyte hard drive?
Yep.
Was it like 70 or something that day?
It was 70, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was super cheap. So, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna re-download everything, or just like do it slowly over time?
I already did.
See, Trioptical in no time at all.
It was
like, it didn't even take that long.
300 to 400 gigs of stuff to download.
So you're like, whenever I'm going over the cap, if I get penalized, I get penalized.
No, it's like Comcast doesn't have the penalty at the moment, so it's like just unleash the cage.
Unleash the cage.
See, like, we technically do have a cap, but they've, like, I can't find any reports of anyone ever having it being enforced on them. But, if it does, then it's like, I've gone over my cap twice if I re-download everything. How much space do you have left then right now?
Oh, now? I think it's like 1.4 terabytes or something.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
someday.
Very cool. It's like, it'll take me forever to fill that up. Because like, I'll probably delete the stuff I finish and then I'll delete it and then I'll save some space that way. Because I was running out of space. Like, I was deleting games left and right just to like figure out how to get these like 50 gig games on there. But man,
yeah,
it's now I have to download Garden Warfare, so I was like, that's
yes.
extra.
All right, well, I have more to say about that, but I think we'll do it later. Moving on.
Okay, so open world survival horror game The Forest. That looks interesting.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one on? Did you get your Oculus Rift?
I did.
Have you tried Forest? Like, because I've heard that game a lot in conjunction with Oculus.
No, you have to buy the Forest, which is pretty expensive on Steam at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I had to not get that, and plus it's still in early access, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So I tried to avoid those.
That game is really different than I thought it was. I thought it was sort of creepy walking through the forest, like Slender Man, except without Slender Man. But then,
as far as you know,
it seems more like a dystopian future type thing, and it's like Mad Max, except without the desert landscape, and you build a little fort.
Yeah, there's a building element to it. It's like, I thought it was just like survival. I didn't know there was what's a game? Rust? It's like a single player Rust or something.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's gonna be pretty cool.
It looks pretty interesting.
Okay, I just looked on the PlayStation blog and it's actually like a better list of stuff that happened because I just skipped something, so whatever. But the Disney expansion thingy.
Oh yeah, they did show that.
He's like joking about the loot cave. That was funny.
Yeah,
I wanted to tweet out, well, I've never used the loot cave, #legit. Adam Boyd.
Oh man, and
Adam
he was like,
Boyd, that was a good show.
I hope you're
I was like,
enjoying
well,
your
I
PlayStation
also didn't have a level
exclusive-
30 either, so yeah.
PlayStation exclusive Hawk Moon, which I do not have.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like I don't
Yeah, I
have.
was like, well, I don't have a Monte
either.
Carlo gamer when I saw that. I was about to respond to your tweet.
It's like, what? Okay.
My response was, Hawk Moon is exclusive? I didn't know that. I should probably use it. And then like, oh, Monte Carlo, the one that everyone's been talking about, that's exclusive too? It's like, man, I've never even seen one before.
Me either, actually. What kind of gun is it?
It's an auto rifle.
Do you know anything about it? Like, what are the bonus things?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's...
But it's
Yeah, because I've never
like,
seen one.
yeah, like I always hear about Surus Regime as like the auto rifle that everyone goes to.
Yeah, it has better. It probably has better perks than that.
So it's better than that one, man.
Probably.
All right.
Or I guess
Someday.
the thing is like since Zerg never carries like the console exclusive stuff, you'll never find it from him. So like people just got that Zerg and they're like, oh, it's pretty awesome. I don't know.
So you just have to hope it drops randomly somewhere in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything.
Yeah, good job, Bungie.
All right, and then let's see. So after, okay, so yeah, Darkest Dungeon was actually after the Forest, but whatever. And then actually, I'm not even sure if this PlayStation blog list is like correct chronologically, but whatever. Because the next thing on here is Bastion coming to PS4 and Vita next year, but I'm pretty sure the next section was not Vita stuff. Because on the Twitter feed it says Persona 5. So
Well,
Yeah.
Persona 5 came, but they just said it was.
Yeah,
it existed.
It was nothing
I was
new.
like, what the hell? I'm like, we already know
That
it's
announcement.
we already know it's a thing. Show me
Oh.
something.
I guess I don't know how we could have
It's an
doubted it.
exclusive.
Yeah, they were like, oh, it's not. You know, they had announced it for Japan, but they hadn't announced it for the U.S. yet, and that's what it was. I was like,
mean,
that was it. It's like,
you know it's coming.
It's like, we already knew it. I'm about to say we know it's happening. What the hell? That wasn't ever a question.
Yeah, it's like Persona Q with all the Persona people did just come out on 3DS, so I don't think they're just going to withhold one.
It's like, nah, guys,
After-
we're not going to give you this next Persona game. It's just
Yeah.
fine. It's cool. So,
That's
yeah,
the-
I really don't think that was ever. And I'm pretty sure they did say it was going to happen in North America. They just didn't have like a release window for anything.
do we know if like the dancing one on the Vita is coming to the U.S.?
It is in the summer.
It is. Okay, that's cool. And there was or Q was the third one that they announced at that time.
Q was the other
Yeah.
one.
Okay. All of them! Woohoo!
Yeah, then they showed Bastion coming to PS4 and Vita. So this is like the Vita awesome. Wait, no, it wasn't Vita awesome time yet. I don't think.
It was
Not yet.
Yeah.
That was later on.
It came like a lot later.
But it is cool that Bastion's going to be on Vita. I have actually not played that yet. I've had it on
I haven't
Steam
either.
for
I've
quite
had
a
it
time.
forever.
You guys are killing me here, man. All these great games, you're not even playing them.
I've gotten like
he can barely
second-
download most of them.
the
So
second weapon, I think, and then
Hey,
I
I'm on
finished
a
the-
better schedule than one game a month. I'm on one game all the time, and then a side game, and then like a third indie game, like an hour a day or something when I get the time. That's how I got to Counter Spy.
Where of course
It'll
talking
happen.
about play schedules now and not purchasing.
Yeah, like all of it's off the table, dude. Next year it's over. It's like game of the year, dude. I'm gonna buy whatever the F I want. Like I already talked about last week, dude. Just F it, just whatever.
just F it.
It's like there's too
Year
much
is
coming out to be
crazy.
like I'm gonna go crazy. Yeah, that's taken. Well, I've already been broken by Destiny, but whatever. Moving back on hand to like PlayStation experience. What we're talking about. So yeah, Peter Moore. 20th anniversary surprise, free games. So Need for Speed, Most Wanted on Vita, Mirror's Edge on PS3, and PS4 gets Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare.
I was kind of interested in that one, so that was cool.
I know. Yeah, I was
Pretty good
happy.
choices. Pretty good choices.
Yep.
I guess like
I mean,
Need for Speed is like the only game they have on Vita, so it's like They had no other choice.
You could have FIFA or the second FIFA, which was basically the same as the first FIFA with different rosters, or the third FIFA, which is the same as the second and the first one, but with different rosters. Like, yeah. Need for Speed, good choice.
And I was like, I thought it was funny, like, he made the joke about the tattoo thing, and then, like, I was like, before he came on, I thought that was kind of weird, because, like, he used to be, like, ahead of, like, Microsoft, and then he was, like, on the Sony stage, and the PSX was, like, kind of weird, and then he jokes about it, I was like, that's kind of weird, but, like, whatever, free games,
Man, the rumors were insane over the weekend. It was like, during the week. They're like, oh, is it going to be Titanfall 2? Da, 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 da. I was like,
oh, man.
I don't think so. And then I was just like, yeah, free games, which is good. I mean,
I was kind of peeved. Like, they were playing Mass Effect music when that Square.
Yeah, I know, like, dude. I got super pumped.
I got super pumped.
But then it was like funny because I was like, if it's like, I was like, yeah. So it's like I went up, down, and up again. It was like crazy.
They pulled a Square Enix on you guys. It's like, haha, you thought you were gonna get something else, but no. It's this other thing.
Yeah, it's like Square Enix is EA. What's going on here?
That guy was really excited. Get there.
Let's see here. I think there's another part where he goes out of order, but yeah. Orcs Must Die, PlayStation for the first time.
Unchained.
Oh, I was excited about that one because I was interested in it before, but then when I heard it was like on Microsoft's console, I was like, I guess I won't be playing this game. So it's great that it's coming to the PlayStation 4 now because it's like now I can play it. So that is great.
And then, this is like a small indie segment, some game called Skytorn.
Yeah, that looked pretty awesome.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
I saw that, I was like, ooh, that looks very Metroidvania and all side-scrolly, explory, adventure, comedy. I gotta play that, so yeah.
I feel like it's a roguelike, though.
Don't say that, Trioptical!
Because it is. So.
And then that Severed game looked interesting, but it looks like it uses the touchscreen to be all like that one game that Epic made on the eye stuff.
It seems like
Blade or something?
It reminds me of Dragon's Quest, like the old ones, the way that the combat is shown.
Oh, first person.
Yep. But then it did seem like it was using touchscreen stuff to hit the right points and things like that.
Swiper swiping. Yeah.
Yes.
And then let's see. Oh, I got super pumped for Arkham Knight, but then I already talked about it. But yeah, they showed Arkham Knight, the third part of the Ace Chemicals. I hope they have like a super long version that they just put all three into like one. So it's like that'd be nice.
Nah, I don't want to see any more. It's time to give us a demo.
No, I mean just like of the stuff that they showed, since it's like parts 1, 2, and 3 of Ace Chemicals.
Oh, okay.
Like, just all three of them together.
I haven't seen the first two, so
Part 2 is kind of it's just Batmobile.
Yeah. The first one was the best one, I think.
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I kind of liked it. I mean, I like the whole using the Batmobile thing to, I guess, was he trying to pull down a door or something? I don't know. Yeah. But, I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool, so,
There was, I guess there's some cool combat stuff, because like some sword person, so I was like, yay, more sword enemies, those are always fun. Or they were fun in Origins, those sword dudes, or ladies. Oh wait, no, they were in Arkham.
They don't accept that as a game. They said trilogy.
Or City.
They were in City.
Yeah, City.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, 'cause there's the DLC where, like, Joker's, like, unleashing the money, and he's like, send out the lady ninjas or whatever. That was hilarious.
It looks like Skytorn is a procedurally generated action-adventure game.
It's a roguelike.
Yeah, I feel like that's how they also describe, like, the other, like, what's that? Splunky.
That's how they get you.
Anyway, moving on.
They showed Shovel Knight, and there's Kratos in it. That was pretty cool at the end.
Woohoo! I'm excited that Shovel Knight.
I don't get a Wii U to play it. Victory. Which I am getting next year because, well, that's a whole other thing that we're talking about on the podcast this week. Yeah. It's going to happen.
Is it going to happen?
Oh, yeah. And then there was no indestructible sweetness, but, yeah.
I don't think that's
Street Fighter 5.
be a thing ever again.
PS4 console exclusivity and it's cross-platform for PS4 and PC, which is awesome.
It's like,
and I was like,
I almost believe that it might be actually exclusive, but at the same time, like, it's Capcom. I don't know how much I can really...
definite on the wording.
They were also definite on not releasing any more Street Fighter 4s, and we got like 12 different versions of it.
I'm guessing just for this first version, it's PS4 only. But then when it comes with Super Street Fighter 5 or something, it's gonna be for Xbox One as well.
See, that's the thing. Like, on the one hand, yeah, it does feel like, well, so the wording in the end was actually Adam Boy saying this game will never appear on another console.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's kind of, it wasn't any of the PR speak, which, Sony, they haven't been doing that really with exclusive. Like, they always say exclusively console debut.
Yeah.
For all the indie games. So it's on PC, and that it won't necessarily always be on PlayStation. I mean, there's still the issue of the parity clause with Xbox, so it's hard to tell if those games will ever appear on Xbox. But with this one, the partnership goes beyond sort of just marketing. They're actually co-developing the game with third-party productions. So, I think it's a different situation than a lot of the other games. Like Dead Rising. Can I say Dead Rise?
Yeah, Dead Rising 3. I think
Dead Rising 3, sort of. Well, I mean, they were the publisher. And then, I guess it's hard to tell, what sort of support the Blue Castle got, or whatever they're called, Capcom Vancouver now.
Mm-hmm.
Was it beyond sort of the tech support that the console platform holder is supposed to give, or is it, did they actually have a hand in the design of the game? This feels like a much more close development relationship than some of the other stuff. Dead Rising is a bad example. Ninja Gaiden. So before, when Ninja Gaiden was exclusive to Xbox, and I think one of them was even published by Microsoft, right?
Second one.
The second one was. And then eventually that did come out on PlayStation, and they got around it by saying this is the sequel to the Sigma series, which was almost exactly the same, but slightly different. And so, in that case, it wasn't, they didn't go over and say, oh, Team Ninja, we want to help make Ninja Gaiden. It was, it was there's a little bit more distance in that relationship. So this one feels like a lot closer one. So I'm not sure how they get around that later if they want to make other versions of Street Fighter for other platforms.
I mean, if they want to make other versions.
Yeah, because there was
they make other versions? Because
allegedly there was an article where someone from Capcom was talking about how they didn't have the resources to make the next Street Fighter or whatever. So this could be in relation to that they're willing to help them develop the game.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess that that goes to what do they mean by resources? Is it the manpower, or is it a financial thing? Which I guess also relates to manpower. With Tomb Raider, that one feels more Microsoft is going to help them market it a lot. And, also they're going to have the hardware teams helping out, but, it doesn't seem like they're going to be helping making Tomb Raider.
After seeing Uncharted 4, good luck with that.
Probably wasn't.
Uncharted 4 did copy some stuff from Tomb
Raider.
Yeah,
the little thingy that he was climbing, the little pick. I was oh, that's from Tomb Raider.
But the combat entirely.
I mean, it's kind of a give and take with those two series, though, because it's Tomb Raider did come first. So it's I'm pretty sure it inspired some of the stuff that went on in Uncharted to begin with, but then it's now trying to use them as direct competitors is probably not gonna.
But it's different now.
Be really interesting.
He's goddamn Indiana Jones because he has that rope now. So it's what is Lara Croft gonna do for the sequel? It's
she has a bow gamer.
Bow and arrow.
Yeah, true.
That's all she needs. So I guess it will be interesting to see if this shameless cash grab thing was gonna work out for them. It probably won't, but cause, I mean, I'm pretty sure Uncharted is far more popular than Tomb Raider is now. So, yeah.
It was interesting. Like when Street Fighter V got leaked yesterday, right? It was.
Yeah.
I guess my first thought was, well, I don't know. Like they say that there are more Street Fighter 4 players on Xbox. You think that's true?
Possibly. Yeah.
People are always talking about the online better.
Yeah, it's online.
It's probably not wrong.
Okay. 'Cause I don't know, like, people have always complained about the Xbox controller for fighting games.
Well,
and
so
so
you're hardcore using our arcade stick, so.
Okay, but, like, there are most definitely, like, fewer hardcore players than there are.
And there's the
like,
Mad Catz
general
controllers, dude,
players.
are really good. That, like, have really good D-pads. So I got one of those when I got my 360 version, so.
I want to get one of those. They don't make them anymore. It's the one with, like, the 6 buttons on the face, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Looks really good.
It's okay, Trioptical. They'll make a Street Fighter 5 edition. Sure. Money.
Well, I don't know. Like it felt sort of different. Like Street Fighter doesn't really feel tied to any console to me. It feels like it's sort of an arcade game, and so tying it to one console,
Yeah, I
it
thought that
doesn't
was weird.
feel that strange. But like Tomb Raider is tied, I think, most closely to PlayStation. It started on PlayStation. You know, it's always been. It became multi-platform, but like the roots are on PlayStation, and so when it becomes an Xbox exclusive, timed, I guess, but yeah, that feels different. It's like, how does that happen? And then I guess
See,
the
it's
way
weird, like, Trioptical, like, watching this, I kind of had like the weird like thinking in my brain of like, you know, it's kind of like very like similar but different from like PS3 era, where it's like, you know, they announce all these exclusives that like eventually if they're in their third party, like either way between like Sony and Microsoft. But this time it's like Sony's like out in front in the driver's seat, like ha ha ha, they're not catching up, and now it's like we've like counted our eggs and like they've hatched, and so we can't, like, you know, this time they're not gonna get us. We signed all these deals now, and like we've got them, ha 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 ha. It's like, you know, like Street Fighter thing. I was like, yeah, it's like, yeah, they can like do all this stuff now. It's like fastest selling console ever.
That was really crazy.
Like, install base is already at like 14 million and rising, according to that video, and probably near over 15 million by the end of the year.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Microsoft did decently over Black Friday, since I've seen their console like as low as $300 at this point. It's like they just given up. They're just like, you know what, just take it, just buy it. We need the numbers. So, I don't know. So they might have actually sold a decent amount this past holiday, or this past holiday or something. I mean, probably not enough to catch up, but still better than what they were doing before.
Well, like, so monthly sales, you think? I actually think that they probably did do better in November.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because it was just like ridiculously cheap, you know, like, or, you know, not ridiculously cheap, but like relatively speaking,
well,
it was
I'm about to say,
compared to when it came out, it was like $200-300 less to get that package.
They were giving away games with it and everything. It's like they're just like, just take the console, just take the console.
Because it wasn't just like the $50 price drop that they were saying for the holidays. It was like on Black Friday, they upped it to $70 off.
Yeah, it was. I was about to say it was dropped even further. So
yeah, it's like that doesn't really seem to suggest that $50 was doing the trick then.
Yeah, it was pretty close to a fire sale. I swear to God, like $330 for a system plus 2 games.
Yeah,
that's just
that
crazy.
feels like buying a GameCube again.
Basically, but I mean, even then, I've seen some of the stats on them though. They still didn't sell like that much more than the PS4 though. Still, I mean. Because it was like I saw like the percentage of they had like percentage breakdowns of like the sales and stuff, and it wasn't like that huge of a difference. So, I don't know.
Well, we'll see next year. But so yeah, Street Fighter, crazy stuff.
So Super Time Force Ultra coming to PS4 and Vita, and it has Yosh in it.
That's so cool.
Shuhei Yoshida. That was pretty cool. Yeah, like I thought it was cool because the tags were like STFU and like something else, PS4 for the win or some other stuff. Yeah.
So it occurred to me on the tweets after that stands for Super Time Force.
Yeah, Ultra. Yeah, at first I thought it was like the other one.
What is he tweeting? He's never tweeted that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I get it.
Whoops. I was thinking
like a double
it was the
entendre.
other one.
Hilarious. Yeah, that.
And then I got super pumped because the game I've been like harping about for enough time. I'll just say years, whatever. Probably on the podcast, Suikoden 2. I'm finally coming to PS3 and Vita. Yes, next week. Yes, and one.
Yeah.
Yes, cannot wait.
I mean, I already
You
have.
think that's gonna work? Like, you can import your save from the first one to the second one, or is that the one that it worked with?
1 and 2, yeah, and you can even import 1 and 2 and 3. So yeah, probably into 4 as well. But I haven't. I don't think I have.
No,
I have 4, but
PS2.
no, but I think 3 is PS2, but you could still like import it for stuff.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Sure?
Yes,
Not
dude,
sure
I'm sure
about
there's
that.
an import option. Yes.
I
I asked
thought
someone about it.
2 could go to 3, and that's why when I saw 3, like a friend of mine bought 3 when it came out, and they were saying, "Oh, you could do it from 2, but you can't get 2 anymore." And I looked and was like, "Yeah, 2 is really expensive." So
And
that's
then
cool.
let's see, some other Vita stuff. They had Resident Evil Revelations 2, Geometry Wars 3, Banner Saga, Towerfall Ascension, Octodad, Deadliest Catch. That was awesome.
So is only the Banner Saga in there as a Vita only and not PS4? Because I think all the others are on PS4 also.
I think they announced PS4.
Did they announce PS4 yesterday?
Yeah.
Because I know they said Part 2 is coming out.
I think it's coming out. If it's for Vita, it's coming out for PS4.
So, like, is that disappointing? That everything coming to Vita is also on PS4?
Not necessarily.
No? Okay.
No. Well, Tropical. Well, no, it's not. No. Share button.
Oh boy.
Well, no, like, disappointing for Vita owners. Like, do they feel like... I think that's, like, been sort of their big beef, is, like, they're not getting anything that's only PS Vita. They're getting lots of stuff
all
that's
like ports and
also on other systems.
Could be. Some games,
because that's how I kind of felt. But I'm just like, I don't know. They don't. It just doesn't seem like the Vita's getting the same kind of love and attention that the PS4 has been getting. Which, I mean, granted, the PS4 is obviously selling a lot better than the Vita was, but it's still, I mean, it's like they're not helping. So.
Let's see. And then we got Broken Age on PS4 and Vita this April. Grim Fandango remastered January 27th. That was great. Finally a date on Grim Fandango. Cannot wait.
Never got to play that one.
Me either.
Exciting. And Day of the Tentacle getting a remaster, too.
Yeah. PS4 and Vita.
I don't even know what that is.
It's another one of their old ones.
It's an old adventure game. I hear people talk about it all the time, and I'm like, no.
I think, it's older than Grim Fandango. It might be the first one.
Fandango.
Something.
Yeah.
No.
Like 95, 94, 96, somewhere around there.
That is old.
The 90s.
Back in the day, Disney did not own Lucas. Well, that's a big thing already. Of course, it was also pretty recent. Anyway, moving on.
Fat Princess Adventures for PS4.
I actually
That
want that.
Looks
interesting.
fun. Looks like Castle Crashers.
It's basically like 4-player co-op version of Fat Princess. Single-player adventure, but co-op.
I just looked it up. Grim Fandango actually came out in 1998, October 30th.
Oh.
Best year ever.
What was it? What?
It was.
For video games, yeah.
Ocarina. Final Fantasy
I did like Final Fantasy VIII, but I mean, I don't remember a lot about 1998. That's a long time ago.
Let's see. And then Keita Takahashi, who's the creator of Katamari Damacy, came out with some lady from the team that made Journey, or from that team called, I forget what they're called. Phenomena, yeah. And they showed a trailer thing for their new game. I have no idea what to take from it.
An odd, like, segment.
Watam.
Watam? It's like a cube guy, and he had a bomb on his head, but it was like comedic, and he went outside, and then there was an explosion, and then it said Watam, and it had sort of Katamari-esque music playing. And, yeah. It's gonna be weird.
That one guy's Japanese.
It's gonna be weird.
Based on what he said.
That dude,
and he was holding a plastic fork.
I know. I was like, what is going on? Like, is he like super nervous or something, or what's happening?
I thought he got out of the game industry.
He did. He was making like playgrounds or something for a little while, and then there was talk that he was working on a game though. But the last thing I played of his was Nobi Nobi Boy, which wasn't really a game. It was sort of like a toy, a digital toy. And then, so, I was like, okay, he's probably going to make something weird like that. And yeah, I have no idea.
And then they showed a game from the team that made Unfinished Swan, and it's called What Remains of Edith Finch. And I thought the premise was interesting, where it's like you're the last person in that line of the family, and everybody else has died, and you have to like go back and investigate what happened.
Yeah.
So.
Like you're a Kennedy.
But yeah, because it was like when he was explaining the story, I was like, this sounds pretty morbid. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, then the trailer showed. I was like, that's not what I was thinking when I heard you say that, but I'm on board. Order 1886. Okay, I gotta say, Order 1886. Like, I was a bit, wishy-washy. At first I was on, and I was like, not co-op. And after seeing as much as I've seen over the last 2 days, I'm back on board because, yeah. I was talking to Gamer about after I was finished, Far Cry 4, and I was like, well, I don't know if next gen's just really, really pretty, good-looking versions of games that we've played before, like Far Cry 4. I was like, it's just really pretty first-person. I mean, yeah, it's still awesome, but I don't know, man. But then, I don't know, Order looks really good, man. Every time I see it, I'm like, the TQC stuff.
Really,
and, like,
really good.
prompts and, yeah. Oh, man, like, in the kitchen, and, like, like what he said, like, all the stuff they can do, like, this gen, it's like everything in that kitchen, like, you can shoot it, and it'll, like, react, and it's like, you feel like, it's like every utensil is like a particle effect, just like, pew! Like, if you hit it, it'll react, and, like, with a bullet. So
I'm
like,
reloading.
yeah.
Enemy down. I'm reloading.
That guy was reloading like way too much.
I think because he kept switching to low, like guns with like small magazines or something. Because I noticed he kept running out literally fast.
The gun had 20 shots, and then there were several times where he fired 2 shots, so it went down to 18, and then he reloaded. Like, he did that 3 times in a row in the first cover point, and it was like, I mean, I know people do play like that, but it made it sound really bad because they announced that they're reloading.
The guy couldn't stop announcing that he's reloading, like, every time he did
I
it.
need to reload. Reloading. Enemy down.
It's like, what?
That was kind of...
Oh, wait, that game's no longer... It's not like co-op or anything, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Single player only.
Because, I've kind of cooled off on it. Is it more and more information's been announced about it? Because it's like when it was first teased, I was kind of like, okay, this is going to be like the co-op squad thing, kind of steampunk, weird weapons and stuff going on. But then the stuff I keep seeing now just makes it just seem like, a third-person shooter that, I've seen in other stuff. It's just like a different setting.
RPG, can you reach across the stove and grab some dude by his head and, like, smash his throat and kill him? No, you can't. Which is why I got super pumped when it showed, like, the werewolf fight at the end. I was like, dude, that looks so intense.
I don't know. You need to stop showing that game just to release a movie trailer. Like, it's not doing any service to the game whatsoever by showing these small snippets from, like, different chapters.
Yeah.
Just showing the game. It's like, just...
Yeah, that airship was just, like, so pretty. I was like, dude, that looks so good. I want to play it. And I was like, yep, back on board. So, yep. And after I saw the Game Awards stuff, I was like, yep, that looks really good. Like, I was like, yeah, it's just really good first shooter, but it's like, dude, it looks so good that it's like, I want to play it. So, yeah, F it. On the list. Back on board. What else? Oh, I skipped over some stuff. Enter the Gungeon, which is this weird-looking
Like
that looks kind of cool, though.
Kills time, was it?
Especially that like laser pink phallic-looking beam that it shot out that one time.
Yeah,
Was he shooting like
around
bullets or something? Bullet enemies or something?
He was shooting everything, gamer. He was
Yeah,
shooting
the game looks
everything.
really weird.
Because apparently that gun can kill
Cute, but it had
time.
all guns and stuff.
Devolver Digital is really killing it these days as a publisher. It is sort of insane. Everything they release is pretty interesting.
And fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, when does the Wizardry, or whatever those games are called, Magica games, when are those coming? Next year?
Yeah, I think Magica 2 is next year.
Okay, so that'll be cool. Let's see, Tearaway Unfolded. That looks cool.
I can't.
I like what they did with, like, you know, it's basically like an extension of the Vita game that like uses every part of the Vita. It's like uses every part of the PS4 controller. Like you can shake it and squeeze it, and, like stuff I didn't know you could do to it, and like made gameplay elements
sounds
to it.
really inappropriate, but it's like this is kind of the reason why I like Media Molecule as a developer and everything, because it's like they kind of go out of their way to, you know, find these things. It's like, well, we know what the controllers or what the console and stuff can do. It's like, let's, you know, do something with it and make it cool. So it's like I've kind of liked all the stuff they've been putting out so far. So
it's really neat. It really surprised me, the demo. It's just like, it's gonna work. Like, I wasn't really sure how they would translate Tearaway's charm from the Vita to home console. But yeah, like what Tekken was saying, all the features of the controller being used, even the cameras in there, it's just like, it's going to work. It will really feel like Tearaway, but on a different console. It's like, man, that's really awesome.
And then Gamer, they're like, yep, third-party support. We did it. We did it. Yakuza 5 and the other one.
God, so fucking awesome. God. As I stare at my Japanese copy, it's like, yes.
Oh, right, you already imported it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I think the curse continues.
Yeah,
that's why we're getting it.
This is why I keep telling him to buy stuff, but he refuses, and I'm like, I'm never going to get these games localized otherwise, gamer. It's like the only way.
Thank freaking Christ. Like, is Sony helping them localize it, do you think? Or they're just...
Well, my understanding is like digital only anyway, so it's probably...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Well, it was nice too.
Digital.
Yeah, they also announced like Yakuza 3, 4, and Dead Souls. Or is it 3 and 4 or just 4 and Dead Souls? But like they announced them.
Yeah.
They announced them for digital out, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm
awesome.
so fucking pumped. Like,
yay!
they did it. We did it, guys. We did it.
Building the list. It works. And it continues.
Awesome.
Let's see. There's more stuff on here, I think. Oh, Until Dawn. That part was awesome because like the crowd kept like freaking out every time there's another like you had to make a choice.
You're like, dude,
I'm on board with that game. I was like, at first I was like, it went away for a while, and then it came back, and I was like, huh?
I was like, that's a terrible idea. Don't listen to them. They're idiots.
I think the game doesn't come out for a while though, because on PSN it says it's like not until December next year, but whatever.
That's like a placeholder thing. It's probably.
I guess I'll just pre-order it now. It'll get here eventually.
I'm kind of excited for that one.
Because it's kind of like an alternate version of Heavy Rain. It's like horror story or horror movie edition.
Yep.
It's like I get to make all the terrible choices that I keep telling other people not to do when I'm watching movies, and it's like this is just fantastic.
That game was so short. Everyone died in like the first 20 minutes.
Kind of, right?
And then, yeah, we had the whole Mass Effect music as Square Enix was coming on stage, and I was like, oh man, but it's like, that's not Bioware. Whatever. And then they showed Final Fantasy stuff, and I was like,
at the same time, oh my god. I was like, my heart was fucking fluttering.
It could have been anything.
They're gonna show the remake.
I was gonna flip the table, like seriously. I was like, if you so much as say you're remaking this damn game, it's over, Square Enix. We're like officially done. So I was about to be like super pissed.
It was like
it's funny too because like I already have this version on Steam, but I'm gonna buy it again anyway. So share button.
But then they announced
like that's 20 years. Like,
just,
oh wait.
Jeez, that is a long time. Yeah. It's got to be less than 20 because it wasn't.
Came out in like 1995.
It wasn't a launch game. Yeah,
yeah, it was
17 years, and I was like, "What is he talking?" Oh, I was like, "People are freaking out."
Until he laughed and said, "Haha, it's a port of the computer one." So I was like, "Ha!"
Because I kept on wondering, like, when is he gonna do that transition from like PS1 to PS4 graphics here? It's like, no, they kept on sharing the PS1 graphics. Like, what is going on here?
They knew better. They knew better.
See, now I'm wondering if they're going to bring the Final Fantasy VIII PC edition, maybe.
They have to.
They kind of have to now. It's like they're stuck. It's like, oh, well, you brought 7 over.
Well, I mean, 7 was more of a favorite than 8 was, so it's probably
17 years after 8. So
well, 8 came out the year after, so it can't be that much longer from now.
And then they showed that really awesome retrospective video that was made in Little Big Planet.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was pretty cool. That was awesome.
That was really cool.
Too bad that game's broken.
It is not that broken.
I heard it was like goddamn terrible, like in terms of bugs. Like it just crashes all the time, and
I haven't had that happen.
Yeah, I've had a few crashes. Actually, the thing that keeps happening to me is I will fall off of the levels, and then
that did happen
just like
to me
what happened
at the beginning.
Like in the Uncharted demo when there was just nothing and you just fell into nothing.
Yeah,
that happens in Little Big Planet, except there is something. There's a ground down there, and then I'm just on the ground and I can't do anything, or I can self-destruct.
That happened in the first level, I think I did, and I had to do the self-destruct thing and just do it over, but I didn't have any
the
problems.
slide was, right?
Yeah.
Like right before they were supposed to teach you how to use self-destruct.
No.
That's where I fell through.
Oh, mine came towards the end of the level where it's like you're like sliding towards that little capture cage thing, and then he was like going, but then I just like fell to the bottom of the level for some weird reason, even though it said I completed the level, and I was kind of just there, and I was like, so do I start over or what's going on here? So
yeah, it's weird. Like I think they wanted the background from way up there. But then, because like usually people build their levels at the bottom, so you never fall through that far. But they built their levels way up in the sky, and then like usually I think what you do is you like just line the entire bottom with like poisonous clouds. So if you fall through, then you just die and you respawn. But they didn't do that either. It's just like they just let you fall to the bottom. It's like, now what?
Am I just stuck here? It was weird.
Yeah, it was cool because, like, before that, Sean Layden came out, and he was like, okay, dudes, this isn't the end, there's 2 more games to show. I was like, and then it's like, the first one was No Man's Sky, and then...
Which is amazing, but a sort of known quantity.
Yeah.
Did anyone watch the 30-minute behind-the-scenes video on Game Informer?
Nope.
It is crazy. Like, they're talking about how the world... or how the galaxy is made. And it's just like, in a way, it's really simple. And that's why it feels kind of genius. It's like, wow, if you did that, then yeah, you could make a giant world and it doesn't have to be stored anywhere. It's just like, basically it's a series of math formulas that are really complicated. You input a location, like that's the input, and then it runs through all the formulas, and then it generates the world around you, or around that location. That's crazy. It's just like, I wonder why no one has thought about doing it that way before. And then, that...
Because Trioptical, like you said, the easy way, nobody ever wants to do it that way.
Who knows what the game will actually be like? Because we haven't really seen.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, they're going to show the live stream at 9 or something. They're going to show more of the game
we'll see.
itself.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure what they're going to show. It sounds like they're just going to show scale, and it's just going to be a musical concert, and you're just flying through infinite amounts of space.
So wait, did they ever say what the gameplay thing was going to be about for that game, or is it just you going to random places and?
Well, they said that it's not going to be that. So it is going to be a game.
Oh.
And there will be sort of like a goal-ish thing, but it's not
a goal-ish.
But yeah, like they haven't shown it or anything. Like we've seen a short snippet of space combat. So there is combat, but is that what you're doing? I don't think so. And so, yeah, it's still a mystery.
And then the last thing they showed, I guess they just couldn't, help themselves, but show a game that's not even done yet, because that's never, not come back to bite them. Last Guardian. David F-Bomb Jaffe came out, and he dropped when I was like, ha, I knew he would. I mean, he always does.
It's a bit different than The Last Guardian, though. He actually publishes his games, so I don't know. His games get released.
I guess we'll see if there's a curse in it, if it fights this game.
I don't know.
Free Alpha Dude, not done, just saying. And,
he has not
drawn to
death.
death. It looks cool, but I was like, why do they have to end it on a super violent game? Whatever.
Because it's awesome. It's like Twisted Metal without the cars.
I was so tuned out. I was like, whatever. It's PvP and it's super violent. Whatever. Could care less.
It wasn't like super violent. I mean, it was like notebook art styley thingy. It was
like a disembodied torso that throws a dodgeball. Yeah. Not super violent at all.
And it was 4-player. It was 4-player free for all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that is going to be... I mean, his last game was... before Twisted Metal, it was Calling All Cars. And what was that game? That was a 4-player free-for-all drive-around type thing. Was it 2v2?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whatever, I never played it.
This feels very similar to that, to me. And as we all know, like, not really many people played that one.
Yeah, I don't even know what Calling Out Cars is. It's not Twisted Metal. So I'm just saying. Like, I mean, I was a fan of the Twisted Metal series, and I played those. So,
I don't. Well, yeah, it's really early.
It is. It's like pre-alpha. It's not even like semi-started. Anything can happen. Except games getting released.
So was this good? Was it a good show? You guys
yeah, it was great.
It makes me wonder, it's like, what are they going to show at E3?
Dude, Gamer, did you not hear them last year at their reveal? They have so many teams working on so many games. They can just fart one out and be like, bam. It's like at Microsoft, you ain't got nothing.
Don't
just like they did today.
Don't diss
like,
Microsoft.
Oh, guys like this? Yeah. Uncharted 4, we've been waiting for it. We could have showed it last year. But we didn't because we sat on it just to fart it out today. And be like, smell it, Microsoft. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That is, oh my.
It does feel like Microsoft is still, they are chasing the leader now. I mean, if there was any question. And
dude,
they have
E3 next year, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be like, yep, I've been like, after the whole, train of awesome that was PS3's the last years, I can just be like, ride that train of PS4 fanboyism and be like, yeah, I cannot wait for this bloodbath to happen because we know you're gonna get nothing, Microsoft. Oh, hello, big deal.
Yeah, their first party support has to be like,
I don't know about that you have. They can just blow me away. It's not gonna happen.
I don't think they know what first party is, so.
They kind of do, but it's sort of an old-fashioned way of looking at it. Like that's why PlayStation seems really exciting right now. Like they're trying to.
And they didn't even show anything Project Marvelous, dude, and it's gonna be like mind-blowing and just I cannot wait. Like I
think that's why I enjoy PlayStation because look at the variety of games they showed compared to Microsoft.
Because there's a whole part when Andrew dude guy can't think of his name came out. Yes. Wait, no, not Andrew House.
Yeah,
it was
in the audience.
The other guy, the other guy, the
Adam Boyce.
Guy's glasses.
Boys? Guy with
Adam
glasses?
Boyce, that guy. Yeah, that guy. When he came out, he's like, "You guys like JRPGs?" And everyone's like, "Eh!" And I was like, "Oh, RPG's about to lose it because they showed Persona." Well, I mean, yeah, they could have been more, but I mean, like, dude, when has there ever been like a JRPG showcase in a Microsoft conference, like ever? Just saying. So there you go.
I was disappointed in the lies I was fed, so it was just like, don't tell me one thing and then not give it to me, because then I was all like excited and they're like, "Ha ha! Here's this logo and next game." Like, really?
Again.
Really? So yeah, that was not amusing.
I'm just happy there's a game to look forward to, like Killing Floor 2. I'm like, yay, co-op shooter with my friends, yay.
More of them. Yeah, it feels like Microsoft still is not really sure how to proceed. Like, that's why they're doing the price drop thing. Like, that's sort of the easiest way to sell more consoles. Like, we don't have to convince you to buy our console if it's cheap enough, basically. But, like, PlayStation, like, they seem to be doing... There's, like, a lot going on at PlayStation and Xbox. Like, next year, you can kind of predict some of the things. It's going to be Gears of War, or Gears of War will get its first sort of reveal type stuff, and it will look probably fantastic. And then...
I guess about Trioptical, I stopped caring about Gears of War after Gears of War 3. F Judgment.
And then, you know, Halo 5, obviously, that comes out next year, so that's going to be a big thing. And then Fable, whatever, is that coming out?
Yeah, that's coming out.
First part of the year or second part of the year?
Fable games?
I'm unclear.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Is Quantum Break next year too, or is that
that's next year. They have to.
Okay.
There's no way in hell that's not coming out next year.
So see, they've got those three.
I think.
But we have Order in February, so good luck with that. Just saying, and it's gonna look effing awesome. And it's like, oh, look at these awesome graphics on PS4 compared to Xbox One, 720p.
I guess, yeah, that's another thing. Like, today's show really puts Xbox sort of behind. You know, they suddenly
The demo was so good.
they don't really have anything. You know, like, I thought that's why the VGAs in the past, like, it was sort of clever timing. It's for the industry anyway, because it's like E3 is their showcase for the holidays, essentially. Then, you know, summer drought, then you get your holidays, and then near the end of the holidays, you need to start up the hype for the next year. And in the past, it's been for the next holiday, so sort of kind of weird. But now it's like, oh, you got your whole first half of the year, which games come out in. And yeah, like what we saw today, like basically there's a ton of different stuff coming to PlayStation throughout 2015. And, you know, E3, like, yeah, a lot of the stuff they talked about at E3 hasn't been seen in a while. Like Helldivers is sort of just disappeared. Like the Talos Principle is getting a ton of buzz. And, you know, people are saying it's really good, and that's coming to PlayStation at some point, and we haven't seen anything about it. So it's just like, there's a lot of stuff coming to PlayStation that we haven't heard about in a while as well. So there's a, you know, it gives this impression that there's a ton of stuff coming down the pipeline. Whereas Xbox, it is hard to think of what is coming down the pipeline for them.
Well, I have one game for you, Trioptical, and that game's called Cuphead. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
See,
you know,
like
the cartoony game with like that looked all cartoony, and that was like it. And it's like, oh, that looks cool.
Well, I got, you know, if we're playing this, then I got Rhyme.
Wait, what is Rhyme?
Rhyme is the Shadow of the Colossus / Wind Waker looking game coming from Tequila Softworks, I think.
Wait, are you on Team PS4 or Xbox One right now? I'm confused.
Team PS4.
Okay. Well, I will answer back with that game you probably already mentioned, but that from the Limbo people, that one, yeah.
That one, really? That was your
whatever it's called
counter. Okay.
I described an RPG. That's how this works. I describe a game, and you guys always know what the name is because I can never remember them all.
Oh dear.
Because I'm so good at it.
What was that game called?
Wasn't it like Below or something?
No, Below is the one from Cappy.
Oh, well, whatever. I need to get ready for work, so we need to like wrap this up, dudes. Just saying.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Is there anything that was really exciting from the Game Awards? Quickly.
Oh, I didn't
For you
watch
guys?
Zelda,
Adrift.
F-Bean Zelda, and
Zelda.
F-Bean Star Fox.
Tacoma.
And
Tacoma looks pretty
dude,
cool.
Tacoma.
Pencil bright.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yep.
I can't
Actually,
wait for that.
Adrift
It's
looks
2016
really
now.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like why did they show it? It's like
we're
2016.
playing Gravity, essentially.
Adrift, yeah. Gravity the
Oh,
game.
dude, yeah, Drift. I was super hyped for that. That looks awesome. I remember one time on the podcast, I was like, one of my ideas is like, you're a space dude using the 6-axis to be all spacey doing stuff, but nobody ever took that one up. So that's a free one out there if you're listening.
Space dude doing spacey stuff with the 6-axis. Yeah.
Good job, team. Good job.
All right. Well, PlayStation Experience lasts today and tomorrow. There's actually live streams going on right now. They just finished the Morpheus panel. It was on mute, so I didn't see or hear anything. But that's what they were doing, and that goes until.
They also announced
like
the faceplates. It was on the blog, but I didn't talk about it because
No
Yeah,
way.
they're
Project
kind of
Skylight or
shitty.
something.
Wait, what faceplates?
Hold on, I'll put a link.
The Order Orbit Planet.
Yeah, there's 2 of them so far.
Like actual, like those laser faceplates that they have in Japan?
Not
Project Skylight.
exactly. It seems like they're just like
Mad Cats? Oh, I see.
Oh, also they continued the trend of today on the store, you can get this thingy. But
Free
what
games.
is today the free game and like
So
that's it?
Yeah, free games go from today until tomorrow at like 6 or so.
To the internet.
So
Get 'em
get
now.
your Need for Speed. It's pretty good on Vita. Mirror's Edge. I mean,
Like
everyone likes that one. And then Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Woo! They're about to get a huge boost in player population. So always
Yeah,
a good
man.
thing when your game is only online.
play some
That means I'm gonna
co-op.
have to like redo my thingy. Cause
Dang it. RPG doesn't have PlayStation Plus.
I'll renew it.
God.
It's fine.
Even though he has a job and a steady source of income, that's funny how that works. Whatever.
I mean, it's not that it's not a money issue. I was just like, December didn't have any free games I wanted, so I was like, I can wait until January. It's kind of how that works.
Come on, Secret Ponchos. So we totally need to get a Secret Ponchos group together because the crappiest part of the game right now is finding a game. It takes like 5 minutes to get 8 players into a lobby, which is
Is Secret
just
Ponchos
ridiculous.
free?
Yeah.
Oh.
And like you can't re-game. So after the game ends, you got to do it again. So, if we could get at least 4, if we can get 4 together, then that should speed things up a bit. And then if we can get 8, we can do private matches, and that would be fantastic. Then there's just no wait time. We just keep re-gaming. And I think Party Chat is 8 players, so even if we're on different teams, like we could still... Well, I don't know if people want to strategize or not.
Do
Privately.
you really need strategies? Can you not just...
You can do some really cool stuff. Actually, I think it would be cool to just have it all open, sort of like a basketball game. You can hear what the other people are saying and stuff. Give each other the look, and then he knows. Assist! The college move!
Oh man, there was a comment. That FF7 troll was masterful squaring.
It's classic them.
Not even his first language.
Just wait till he's new gamer. Okay.
Nah.
Oh man, I'm downloading Uncharted for the gameplay demo. God, I'm gonna watch it so many fucking times.
It's long. It was a long demo. It was a good
Like when he
demo.
grabs the gun, it's not like a video game thing where it just automatically magnetically clips to him. It's like he actually grabs it from the guy,
Yeah.
and then you could use it. Oh my god.
Checking the gun. Why do action heroes always check the gun? Is it because they don't trust the bad guys to have their guns ready?
Yes.
If that's the case, then why are we afraid? Like, you should just walk out there. It's like, none of you guys know how to use a gun. I'm just gonna walk through and take you all out.
Oh, Plants vs. Zombies is 14 gigabytes. That's a lot of game going on there. It's going to take forever.
Not so. That's actually a size I could almost manage.
Almost manage? You seriously need to just get a new hard drive. It's getting ridiculous, Tropical.
Yeah, get one. Oh, man, you should have got one on Black Friday. Well, they're still pretty cheap.
It's still really cheap for 2
$90.
terabytes.
Yeah.
Oh, did we end the podcast, or like, do we need to start sign off still, or what?
Oh, I haven't. I didn't know if you ended it or not.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, my bad. I forgot. Like, I'm not on the thingy where it beep. Or okay, well, I guess. Okay, do we just like end it now, or just like can we sign off or whatever?
That's
I'm
it.
right now making a sandwich. I'm
We'll
in the
end the
kitchen. I think I'm in the
podcast.
kitchen making a sandwich. So
Cooking with
PlayStation
Tech.
Experience. It seems like it's going to be pretty cool. I hope they do it next year. Man, I wish
I would rather go to there than to PAX, because like a PAX is like stuff you would buy in the fall, so it's like iffy. But like the stuff at PlayStation Experience is like stuff for next year.
Yeah.
Like you probably won't get a chance. I mean, plus there are people. I think they have like Batman demos or something. That's what people play.
Well,
like, oh shit,
what,
I
like
should have
800 demo stations.
Yeah.
So yeah. Fantastic.
So next year, hopefully they announce it next year.
Peter Moore said it was the inaugural. That means the first one. Okay, we're good.
all right. So yeah, Aimless Podcast. Until you see or hear from us again, check us out every week on our regular scheduled podcasts. Yeah, we are now signing off.